So here I am starting out walking from my house in Chester, Virginia with my two little dogs, Donatello and Maria. And Donatello is all wrapped up in his leash and just starting out. We can't even walk. And Maria wants to stop and eat the grass. And then they're not getting very far. But look at the pretty hydrangeas in front of my house. Can you see that? They're so beautiful this time of year. But we're gonna walk for a little ways. We'll see how far we get with the dogs. Be much easier to walk without them. I always want to stop and smell. The Japanese maple's doing good. Smoke tree bush. These rhododendrons were gorgeous in the spring with pink blossoms. Here's the little lane that goes behind our house to our field. Here's another beautiful Japanese maple. Look at that. Gorgeous. Although their front yard has a lot of weed, trash trees. They're invasive. There's a nice shady lawn. I don't know how they keep the grass with all those trees. They're doing a good job of it. This looks like it may be a cardinal, a little female cardinal. Is that what that is? Yeah, I think that's what that is. There's a pretty young crepe myrtle. And I think this is another one of the smoke trees, just in a tree form. Ours has been shaped into more of a bush. I think it's the same thing. I'm not sure. You could let me know. train coming down the train tracks. A couple blocks away. I wish all roads were required to have sidewalks. It's so frustrating. There's a trumpet vine. Pretty. But as you can see, this is all overgrown. And especially this area over here, no man's land. I think there's actually a creek down there, but you wouldn't know it because it's all overgrown with kudzu and who knows what else. And choking out the trees. And we could use some goats to help us maintain that area. See there on this side of the street, you can see there's a tiny, tiny creek that is overgrown with weeds, but crosses underneath to the other side of the road. So there, down there is a creek. And the people that own this property, if somebody owns it, just let it go wild. Zoom by here, no sidewalk, and it's screeching to a halt at the stop sign. Now here's a crepe myrtle where they chop it off every year. I don't know why people do that. It's not necessary. And I don't think it looks good. I'm not sure why people think they need to do that. Here's some naturalized daylilies. These are edible and really nice to eat in salads. Slight peppery flavor, but like a really nice butter lettuce. These cars you see here stop for the train going by. Look at these beautiful roses. Come over here and get a closer look at the roses. So beautiful all along their border here. Oh, and they have, looks like an apple tree. And another little creek, which is dry right now. I don't know why people feel the need to cement in creeks. much prefer it natural. Now see, here's the crepe myrtle where they haven't chopped it off in the middle. So look how huge that tree is. And they don't chop it off every year. It does get huge. I mean, look at the size of that trunk. But look how gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And see, we have a little hill here. Central Virginia is pretty flat that we're in, right south of Richmond. It's pretty flat, but you know, we do have our occasional hills. Here's one. Not like Northern Virginia, which is pretty hilly. Every street almost is like this in Northern Virginia. I do like some of I like our older architecture. I don't know if you can see this house, but it's got a really nice wraparound porch because it's old. Newer architecture just seems to be so boxy, lacking in character. There's an old house too. Set back off the street. And another old house. Unfortunately, they closed in the front porch, which destroyed the architecture. I know I'm opinionated, but that's why I'm making the YouTube video, not somebody else. There's a really pretty Rose of Sharon. Delicate blossoms. Nice bush. I do have to say, this is a really pretty ranch with some nice architectural features. Even though it's a ranch, it's not just boxy, like a rectangle. And here we go. This person is against the Dominion new gas plant. If you want more information, scan here. We don't really need a new gas plant. If we didn't, we're having a huge new data center coming in. And it's going to cost taxpayers more money. There's another old house. Here's an older house that was in horrible shape, and they've totally redone it. Redone the exterior as well as the interior. It's beautiful now. Older house. Here's a house with a date on it, 2009. It looks older than that. Maybe it's when the people moved in. Oh, look at the size of that magnolia. I'm probably not supposed to be doing that, changing the camera angle. Make you all dizzy. And look at those gorgeous hydrangeas. Again, look at that blue. Pretty little Cape house. Nice maple. It looks like a nice talavera pot with some rosemary and lavender, thyme. Their herbs are huge. I wonder where the sage is. Maybe it's there too. Some really nice big magnolias. And some beautiful calla lilies in front of the, not calla lilies, canna lilies in front of their house that haven't bloomed yet. Here we are at Winfried and Sneed, which I think because the dogs can't really walk much farther, I will turn around and pick up tomorrow.